2014, in the face of devastating service resource cuts and sector reform, Antoinette gave a voice to the voiceless, speaking to elected representatives and bureaucrats in Canberra, in the media, at international and national conferences, in front of the Productivity Commission, Senate inquiries, national forums and peak bodies. She has been a force to be reckoned with, inspiring women from across the community and giving them a clear, articulate, brilliant and passionate role model. She has identified the need for resourcing early intervention and prevention programs, in addition to crisis response services that are well resourced, culturally safe and secure the already high rates of family violence secure to address the already high rates of family violence in Aboriginal communities across Australia. Antoinette is being recognised for her work ensuring excellence of operational service delivery to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander victims and survivors of family violence, and for raising awareness amongst key stakeholders for early intervention and prevention programs to curb family violence in Aboriginal communities.
I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we're gathering on today and pay my respect to the elders past and present. Thank you to the Australian Centre for Leadership for Women for establishing the Sustaining Women's Empowerment in Communities and Organisations Award, and for highlighting the importance of recognising and celebrating the empowerment of women. I would also like to acknowledge and congratulate all of the other finalists and the other winner. Thank you to the distinguished panel of judges for selecting me for this award in this category. I'm truly honoured to be receiving this here today. I have to thank Nadu Dove for nominating me, a force to be reckoned with, okay. My other colleagues and supporters, and of course my mum who's here today. I've been the CEO of the Family Violence Prevention Legal Service in Victoria since 2002. We provide legal assistance to Aboriginal victims of family violence, and we work with communities affected by violence. Family violence is one of Australia's biggest social issues, one we pay an enormous financial and human cost for as a society. Aboriginal women are 34 times more likely to be hospitalised for a violent assault and 10 times more likely to die as a result of that assault. Nationally, our specialist family violence prevention legal services have had to divert enormous amounts of effort and energy into actively surviving the impacts of funding cuts, departmental shifts of responsibility, and of course the Indigenous Advancement Strategy. We have highlighted the devastating impacts of the funding uncertainty and the withdrawal on the communities, most particularly the devastating impact this has had on the Aboriginal women who use, trust and need our services. In Victoria, in the last year, our service worked with more than 4,000 people, and with reports to family violence to Victoria Police tripling in the last few years, very tragically, there is an increasing demand for our unique and culturally safe service. Today, we celebrate a small win with the news of the preservation of our funding nationally under the Indigenous Advancement Strategy. There is still much work to be done. Despite the government's promises, there is still no increase in funding to our services, and many of our organisations still remain on limited term funding offers. A small but a big win for us to at least have some certainty beyond 30 June. We just bought a little bit more time to make a bit more noise and get a longer term commitment to